Gennady Golovkin doesn't just punch, he punishes. With bone-crushing power and ice-cold precision, GGG built a reputation not by talking, but by breaking bodies and ending nights early. His knockouts aren't just finishes, they're statements, each one a brutal reminder of why he became one of the most feared names in boxing. He's not just strong, he's surgical, not just dominant, but a destroyer with a purpose. In a sport where flash sells, Golovkin let violence do the talking, racking up world titles, defending them with ruthless consistency, and carving a legacy that left the middleweight division in ruins. And beyond the brutality is a quiet millionaire living in style. Luxury homes, sleek sports cars, a calm life earned through calculated chaos. But Golovkin's story isn't just about the belts, the money, or the highlight reels. It's about discipline, pressure, that unstoppable drive to prove that true power doesn't boast, it delivers. So before we dive into the career, legacy, and knockout rampage of Gennady Golovkin, drop a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Because this isn't just a boxing story, it's a masterclass in destruction. Gennady Gennadyevich Golovkin, known to the world simply as GGG or Triple G, was born on April 8, 1982, in the rugged mining city of Karaganda, Kazakhstan, back when it was still part of the Soviet Union. His story begins in humble surroundings: a coal miner father, a lab assistant mother, and a household grounded in discipline, resilience, and survival. The youngest of four brothers, Golovkin looked up to his older siblings Sergey and Vadim, who didn't just introduce him to boxing, they toughened him for it. They'd take the 8-year-old into the streets and push him to fight grown men, asking only one question: "Are you afraid of him?" Gennady never was. But tragedy struck early. By the time he was 12, both Sergey and Vadim, who had been drafted into the Soviet army, were gone. First Vadim, then Sergey. Their deaths shattered the family. But for young Gennady, the pain became purpose. In the district gym of Maikuduk, he began training seriously under coach Victor Dmitriev. Within a month, he was in the ring for his first fight and lost. But that early defeat ignited something deeper than talent. Golovkin's amateur rise was swift and relentless. A gold medal at the 2003 World Championships, a silver at the 2004 Olympics. But the real storm began when he turned professional. His style was terrifyingly efficient, calculated pressure, pinpoint accuracy, and knockout power that earned him a staggering KO percentage. From 2010 to 2023, he ruled the middleweight division, collecting belts and breaking records with a kind of ruthless grace. He spoke softly, fought brutally, and walked away from press spotlights as quickly as he walked into the ring. Big drama show became his calling card. Ironic, given his quiet demeanor. But when the gloves were on, no one did drama better. The Canelo trilogy, the knockout streak, the debates over decisions that stirred outrage and admiration in equal measure. With global deals like a $100 million DAZN contract, endorsements from Jordan Brand and Hublot, and a growing presence in international sports leadership, GGG became more than a fighter. He became a brand, a mystery, a force. Today, with an estimated net worth of $30 million, he stands not only as a symbol of excellence in the ring, but also as one of boxing's most bankable names. Now serving as president of Kazakhstan's National Olympic Committee and the World Boxing Olympic Committee, he has stepped into a new arena, but his spirit remains the same. Silent, unshakable, dangerous. Golovkin's career pivoted dramatically when he joined the Olympic Solidarity Program, a move that placed him firmly on the path to global recognition. Just a year later, at the 2003 World Amateur Boxing Championships in Bangkok, he exploded onto the scene, defeating the highly touted Matvey Korobov and capturing gold. Observers took notice. One commentator remarked, "Golovkin, remember that name? We'll hear it again." And they would, again and again. The 2004 Olympic Games in Athens offered a global platform. He marched through the competition, defeating fighters from Pakistan, Egypt, and the United States with the poise of a seasoned professional. In the finals, he narrowly lost to Russia's Gaidarbek Gaidarbekov, settling for silver in what was only his 5th career defeat, out of an astonishing 350 amateur fights. By 2006, the time had come. He turned professional under the German-based Universum Box promotion and quickly put together a perfect 14-0 record, 11 of those wins by knockout. But despite his impressive performances, promotional politics slowed his progress. Universum prioritized other fighters, leaving him frustrated and sidelined. It was time to move forward, he declared when he terminated his contract in 2010. And move forward he did, with ferocity. In August of that same year, Golovkin took just 58 seconds to knock out Milton Nunez and claim the WBA interim middleweight title. But despite the stunning victory, big-name fighters continued to avoid him. He signed with K2 Promotions and relocated to Big Bear, California, where he teamed up with veteran trainer Abel Sanchez. Under Sanchez's guidance, Golovkin's style evolved into a lethal blend of his crisp Eastern European fundamentals and the crowd-pleasing aggression of Mexican-style warfare. The transformation was immediate and terrifying. Sparring partners spoke of his power in reverent tones, describing it as something otherworldly. One by one, opponents fell. In 2012, Golovkin made his HBO debut against European champion Jegors Proxa and demolished him in 5 brutal rounds. "The guy hits like a hammer," Proxa admitted afterward. Golovkin wasn't just beating people, he was breaking them. The legend of Triple G had arrived. From there, he went on a wrecking spree that electrified the sport. He battered Gabriel Rosado into submission, knocked out the iron-shinned Nobuhiro Ishida with a single right hand, crumpled Matthew Macklin with a rib-breaking body shot, and systematically dismantled Curtis Stevens, while Stevens' face told a story of mounting dread with every round. His aura grew with each fight. Opponents feared him. Fans adored him. In 2014, he faced Daniel Gil at Madison Square Garden and made another emphatic statement, knocking the former champion out in 3 rounds. Later that year, he disposed of Marco Antonio Rubio in 2 rounds, then broke British fighter Martin Murray's iron will in the 11th, the deepest anyone had taken him. By now, Golovkin wasn't just a fighter, he was an event. Willie Monroe Jr., David Lemieux, Dominic Wade, they all came and crumbled under his relentless assault. His unification bout with Lemieux in 2015 was his first headlining pay-per-view and showcased his underrated boxing IQ. While Lemieux expected war, Golovkin outboxed and outthought him, breaking him down with surgical precision. In 2016, he ventured into enemy territory to face Kell Brook at London's O2 Arena. Brook, a welterweight moving up 2 divisions, showed grit but had no answer for Golovkin's firepower. The fight ended in the 5th, the knockout streak, now standing at 22. But with each victory came a new question: who could stop GGG? The answer, it seemed, might be Daniel Jacobs. In 2017, the two clashed in a tactical chess match at Madison Square Garden. For the first time in nearly a decade, Golovkin was taking the distance. Though he won by unanimous decision, the fight ended his knockout streak and hinted at vulnerability. He was 35. Time was creeping in. Enter Canelo Alvarez. Their first encounter, in September 2017, was the most anticipated fight of the year and ended in a highly controversial split draw. Most observers had Golovkin ahead. The outrage was widespread, particularly at Judge Adelaide Bird's baffling 118-110 scorecard for Canelo. Fans cried robbery. Golovkin, ever the stoic, simply smiled and moved on. In May 2018, after Canelo tested positive for a banned substance, Golovkin stepped in with Vanes Martirosyan on short notice and flattened him in 2 rounds, tying Bernard Hopkins' record of 20 consecutive middleweight title defenses. The rematch with Canelo in September 2018 was just as electric and just as divisive. Another close battle, another controversial outcome. This time, Canelo was awarded the win, handing Golovkin his first professional loss. It stung, and the bitterness lingered. In 2019, Golovkin made a major change, splitting from longtime trainer Abel Sanchez in a move that surprised the boxing world. Under new trainer Jonathan Banks, Golovkin returned with a vengeance. He knocked out Steve Rolls, then battled through fire against Sergey Derevyanchenko to reclaim the IBF title in a brutal war that saw him take more punishment than ever before. Then came the pandemic. Boxing shut down, and his momentum stalled. When he returned in late 2020, he dismantled Camel Ceramida with ease. In 2022, he traveled to Japan and stopped Ryota Murata in front of a stunned Tokyo crowd, unifying the WBA and IBF titles once more. He was 40, but still a force. The trilogy bout with Canelo in September 2022 was supposed to settle everything. But this time, it was clear Golovkin was no longer in his prime. Canelo controlled most of the action, and though Golovkin rallied late, it wasn't enough. The unanimous decision loss marked the symbolic end of an era. In 2023, Golovkin quietly began vacating his titles. First the IBF, then the WBA, and finally the IBO. No retirement announcement came. He didn't need one. The message was clear. The big drama show was over. He leaves behind a professional record of 42 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, and 37 knockouts. He tied the middleweight record for consecutive title defenses. His knockout percentage ranks among the best in history. More than that, he changed how people viewed the middleweight division. He was not just a champion, he was a phenomenon. He didn't just fight in the ring, he taught it. And in doing so, he earned his rightful place alongside the legends he once admired. Triple G was, and always will be, boxing's big drama show. Behind the cold stare and ruthless power lies a man of quiet depth. A father, a husband, and a figure of unwavering simplicity. Away from the roaring crowds and flashing cameras, Gennady Golovkin lives a life that couldn't be further from the chaos of the ring. His world is calm, intentional, built not on fame, but on love, loyalty, and quiet purpose. At the center of it all is his family. His wife, Alina, has been by his side long before the world knew his name. A constant presence through every high, every low, and every sacrifice along the way. Together, they've chosen a life that values privacy over publicity, shielding their children from the spotlight and giving them a world untouched by the noise that surrounds their father's legacy. To him, being a father isn't a title, it's a calling. His son is the heart of his world, the grounding force behind everything he does. Whether it's helping with homework, watching cartoons together, or simply walking by the ocean, Golovkin finds peace in the ordinary. In 2017, as the world buzzed about one of the biggest fights of his career, his world quietly shifted again. His daughter was born. The timing wasn't perfect. The stakes in the ring were massive. But in Gennady's eyes, no moment under the lights could compare to holding his newborn in his arms. That moment, quiet, raw, and real, meant more than any title ever could. He's a man of few words, but when he speaks, it's with purpose. Fluent in 4 languages, Kazakh, Russian, German, and English, Gennady is sharp, disciplined, and deeply grounded. In a world full of loud personalities and camera-chasing stars, Golovkin is something rare, a man who could have everything but chooses only what matters. Home, family, peace. And when the gloves come off, it's that version of Golovkin, the quiet, devoted father, that tells the real story of who he is. Despite the millions earned, the global fame, and the fear he inspired inside the ring, Golovkin has always remained grounded. He doesn't chase the spotlight or flaunt his wealth on social media. Instead, he leads a life that reflects the same quiet discipline that made him a legend in the sport. Private, focused, and deeply rooted in family. Tucked away in the coastal calm of Santa Monica, California, he lives in a beautiful but understated home with his wife, Alina, and their children. The world outside may know him as a knockout artist, a 2-time world champion with an 87% KO ratio. But at home, he's simply Gennady, the father who enjoys school runs, family dinners, and quiet weekends away from the cameras. Privacy is sacred to him. While his fans clamor for glimpses into his world, Golovkin draws a clear line between his public persona and personal sanctuary. Fitness isn't a seasonal phase for him. It's embedded in his identity, a testament to the discipline that has never left his side. Still, make no mistake, he appreciates the finer things in life. His taste for excellence extends beyond the ropes. Though he rarely flaunts it, his garage speaks volumes about his admiration for craftsmanship and performance. Among his most prized possessions is the Ferrari 812 GTS, a machine as elegant as it is brutal, just like his fighting style. Its 6.5-liter V12 engine roars with 789 horsepower, delivering pure, unfiltered adrenaline. Then there's the McLaren 570S Spider, a sleek, futuristic supercar that matches speed with precision, an extension of Golovkin's surgical approach in the ring. And for family drives or quiet getaways, he relies on the Bentley Bentayga, a luxury SUV that blends comfort, style, and power in a way few others can. What's remarkable, though, is how quietly he enjoys it all. There are no flashy Instagram posts, no ostentatious public appearances. His lifestyle is more about personal satisfaction than public perception. To him, true wealth isn't measured in material things. It's in the ability to provide for his family, to raise his children in peace, and to live life on his own terms. In a sport often defined by extravagance and ego, Gennady has carved out a different path, one paved with integrity, discipline, and quiet luxury. His lifestyle is a reflection of who he truly is. Not just a champion, but a man who never lets success rewrite his story. For Golovkin, the greatest flex is simply living life the way he wants, calm, focused, and undefeated in character. Before you go, don't miss out on exclusive perks. Click the link in the description to become a channel member and enjoy awesome benefits, like suggesting future video topics, getting early access to new content 48 hours before anyone else, and much more. Your support means the world and helps us keep bringing you the stories you love. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe for more amazing content. And while you're here, why not check out our deep dive into Lennox Lewis video? Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.